when a ball goes up and
yeah, that's
2,000
That's fair. You have a perspective I don't. You have a perspective I don't.
2,000 people are up. I promise you. Hand on God, promise you. That ball go up. You ain't seen none of these people.
Yeah.
Because of the moment. So like, okay, like obviously speaking of why we're here in the first place, fans need to fucking move around and whatever and all that. And obviously this is why we're here of the UTS and whatever. What do you like? How do y'all feel about that?
Here's the one thing that I'll say that's different about basketball and football. Like in basketball, fans are moving, but the rim that you focus on is still. Like it's that you can all that background, but as long as you can still see the rim, you're fine. In tennis, but let's say fan comes and wearing one of them bright Nike tennis color shirts and they walking in behind as you like playing in the rallies, it's gonna be a problem. Like I think that in the immediate close to the court, they can't move. All the up top, they can do whatever they want.
My thing is though, like me playing on Ash, I'm playing Alcaraz crazy points. They're standing up anyways. They're gonna do it anyways, whether they're quiet or not. They're doing that,
And that's different than walking during the point. That's different than
when a ball goes up and
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You have a perspective I don't.
2,000 people are up. I promise you. Hand on God, promise you. That ball go up. You ain't seen none of these people.
Yeah.
Because of the moment.
Here's my thing. You just open the floodgates and you just like, all right, people should start moving around all
Can't do that though.
It has to be gradual. Like I say, you start with if you're in that section right close to the court, you can't. But if you're in it, the next one up and the next one up, y'all can do whatever you want because it doesn't bother you.
And that's why I said the comment even at first, because if you're playing, I'm playing you. We're playing on that. And I'm tripping about someone on 300 section.
That's a problem. Like you're not focused.
You're nervous though. You're not locked in. Like you stressed out. Like you must be beating that ass. Like there's something going on. Because like that person 300 second, that ain't
no bearing on what your ability
that
to
ain't
make a
bothering
shot.
you. I'm sorry, that ain't bothering me.
I agree.
And then as far as playing with noise, I practice most time with speakers going loud.
Yeah, the noise. I don't really have a problem with the talking. The talking part don't really bother me.
The talking only bothers me is because they're quiet. So when someone yells, it's like, well, what are you doing? Yeah. But if everyone was talking.
But what the problem is gonna come is gonna be like a high sitter, like you break point, you get a high forehand, and this goes right before like, we will adjust to it, we'll get used to it. But also in tennis, you kind of do need to hear the ball. The noise can't be too loud. Like you need to hear the ball. Because I think I get a lot of information from the sound of the ball. Because
if a guy ropes it, I need to know
I need to know, especially like if he's defending deep in the corner and and you can't really hear it, so you don't know if like, oh, that's coming big or like it looks like it's coming, and then it gets in on you fast. You're like, shit.
That's all adjusting though. But I think like the biggest thing, if you bring like Otto Cinco, right? He goes to the bathroom, come back. He gotta wait 2 games to come back in.
Yeah, that's a bit stupid.
That stuff's gotta stop. Well, how long is 2 games? Like they don't know how long is 2 games. What is that? That's killing the vibe. That's killing the entertainment.
I asked Ocho. I was like, hey, do you want to bring your daughters and stuff? And his answer was, man, they wouldn't know how to be quiet and when to sit and stay still.
We're killing people that rock with tennis, bro. The question is, how are we going to attract younger fans?
I think for one, the better young talent that keeps coming up, like that's going to attract more fans too. Because golf don't have this problem. Tiger ain't been contending for majors for the past I don't know how many years. And they still get young players that come out, like, and people want to go and watch.
He's still out there though.
Yeah, he's out. Yeah, it's fair. He's out there.
Still out there though.
He's out there.
When Tiger's at the green, that's going packed.
They don't seem to be struggling on like fans and sponsors and none of that stuff. But tennis is the one that's like, oh, we got to completely change this. Which I think there are changes you can make to the sport. It should make.
I'm not saying you be so taxed about it. Like, how do we
relax the stringentness of tennis and allow people to come and have a good time? Like, sports is entertainment. Let them come and have a good time. You got to put some type of boundaries though, like something.
No,
like I'm not let them talk. If they want to talk, I'm fine with that.
I'm not saying make it the Wild Wild West, but I'm saying like be a little lenient. So like because the kids nowadays they cannot focus for 2 seconds. So you telling me they're gonna walk 3 out of 5 and not say a word? And even that's even another thing, shortening.
Oh man, I've always said like I was shortening for Grand Slams for 2 out of 3.
That's before I even get into UTS. Like Brad asked me, he's like, okay, yeah, I'm coming to match. Because how long a match?
That was one of the best questions the people.
So what you're saying? Could be an hour and a half. Could be 4 hours. Could be 5 hours.
What was the one where they pushed back to not before time? Alcaraz? Because Michelle Obama?
Bro, the craziest thing, and I didn't know it until I came back. One of the craziest experiences I've ever had. Like 7 o'clock, I'm nervous as hell. I'm ready to play. You know me, Alcaraz. I dap him up.
That was a nightmare. Foxx was at that match too.
Yeah,
by the way.
yeah.
He was at that match.
He was DMing me crazy after.
Oh, okay.
And we see people leaving the stadium, but I thought maybe they was just like.
You thought it was a bomb threat or something?
No, I just thought maybe they was trying to get something to eat because they pushed the match back. I didn't really think anything of it. So I come back, and one of my homegirls that works at College Park tells me, you know why they moved that Mac at 7:30, right? Because they'd take everybody out and clean everybody up. Because Michelle, Secret Service has to go see everything. All right, cool. Michelle can come in. Michelle comes in, everybody else comes in to follow. I'm like, what?
So that was like you found out. Oh, you was already nervous, and you found out that she was gonna be there after the fact.
I didn't know she was I didn't know she was in New York until I walked on the court.
No.
I put my bag down. I look up. Oh hell no.
Before the warm up, or were you in the match?
Bro, because you got to think when I do the coin toss, I run back. I
Yeah,
look up.
he's
Sitting right there. I run back, look up, and I'm going to the. Hold on. Yeah. Like
he forgot all about the strategy game plan for like them 3-4 seconds. He was like, you.
You left the house for me? Like, no, you ain't come for him.
Foxx was he loves
Foxx was going nuts.
He loves giving his like tennis input because like he grew up watching tennis and he likes to play tennis. And he was like, Alcaraz was out there and he was hitting and he was doing that. He goes, I was so glad when Tiafoe started giving them that same thing back. He's like, don't let him just go out there and just yell at you like that. I was just dying laughing. He's like, see, that's probably like some mental. That's probably like some mental stuff he like doing. Nah, man, you gotta come back with it.
That's the same voice note he sent me. He's like,
oh, did he send you a voice note? He love the voice note.
Yeah.
He love the voice note. You don't know nothing about that. It's okay.
Yeah.
You don't know nothing about that. You will, don't worry.
Young boy, you're gonna start getting them.
Don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. Let us have this moment right now. You got the whole world ahead of you.
Hey, I'm letting you. Don't worry. I ain't gonna stop you from talking.
He gonna have Barack.
I mean, no one can.
He gonna have Barack come to see him.
Like back to that for real. Like I'm like not even that work is here, but generally like with UTS stuff and all that. I think like seeing that stuff, like because it's like quarters and all that. Like we can't have these like celeb dudes come to a Mac and they don't know how long they're sitting down for.
Also, do y'all ever like feel like low-key bad, like you have someone who's coming,
yes,
and then you go like, hey, like I'm probably starting this time.
Yeah, so you feel bad because they come, and if you don't have a credential, and like they get chill in the lounge, they just like out, just like waiting. And I've had friends, I'll be texting them. I'm like, it's a set and a break,
bro.
So it could be 10 minutes.
It could be an hour and a half.
Yeah. There's nothing you can really do for tennis though. Like there's nothing you can you can try to shorten it and go 2 out of 3, but you're still gonna have that level of uncertainty on like if you're 4th after 11 with a not before time.
It is what it is.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna be shorter. It ain't gonna be as long of a wait, but you still don't know. You still go tell somebody 6 o'clock.
Well, I mean, the only solution for that is you make the draws smaller and you have less matches, so you can have more time
consistent, not before times.
So often, like a match will finish and then there will be time before the next match.
So there's more consistent, not before time.
Yeah.
But then it's interesting because then you're only buying a ticket for one match.
But even having like this UTS stuff and like introducing that and seeing like high level players play it, like people would be like, oh, okay, this can go. I think it's introducing stuff like that and trying to just push it, man, because like we gotta make it like cool with it's like it's real entertainment. We're talking about a sport. My dad put it to me in this like a funny way, like during the whole US Open, he's like, friends, we're talking about a sport where any person who matters in anything loves CMOs, CEOs, the Adam Silvers of the world, all these actors, they're gonna pull up, bro, and walk tennis. So how do
you leverage that?
Meaning in like making the shit cool for them to like want them to keep coming. Is it dudes showing their personality of like, okay, like, oh, I rock with that because
players, bro.
It's players, bro.
It's a lot of it's players, bro.
But you have to also give the atmosphere for players to actually show personality. If we're putting this certain
or you
box,
can just do like Kiggs and just do it and don't care.
Just don't give
I'm gonna just do it.
And that's cool, but then it's like you can only
fine start.
Yeah. I mean, then fine start.
The thing that's tough about our sport is we're in a different city each week, and like, okay, people who are in NYC, yeah, they want to see us, but they see us one day out of 365.
Yeah, it's true.
You're in a sport like basketball, you play there every other game.
So if they miss one, they're like, oh, I'm gonna catch another one. I'll tell friends like I'm playing Indian Wells. They're like, oh, when does it start? I'm like, well, I'll play on Monday. Well, I plan on still being there, but should I lose? Like, oh, I'll just catch you on Wednesday. I'll be like, all right.
Yeah, them dudes love saying that.
They will catch you like 2 days later. I'm like, hey man, you don't know how these draws work.
I'll see you in the semis, yeah.
You remember, I don't know if you remember a few years ago when Serena was in like the final or semi at Wimbledon or something. She was in a big match at Wimbledon and Jay-Z and Beyoncé showed up at the match. They had the camera on them on the box. And Serena won the match and the whole box stood up except for like J and B, and Beyonce was just sitting there. It was just like for like a second and a half, like she didn't know what was going on, and then she just like started clapping. It was like a full delay. Like
didn't know what
Jill, Jameer, everybody just and she was like, oh, that's the point. Like it was just like getting those people where they like know tennis and they want to learn it and they want to like be a part of it.
Bro, I love it because Jamie Foxx, when you're playing the Miami quarters, he ain't come to watch you and 14 he came to watch you.
Yeah.
And that's the dope thing.
Yeah.
Like he got on a plane to watch Chris Eubanks.
Yeah.
And that feeling you can't buy like battling and seeing him in the box, like knowing he came to see you that's tough. The thing is what's gotta hit you. It's not that he actually showed up. That's when you realize you did something good. Cause they ain't just gonna pull up, bro. Let's be real.
You're not pulling up second round Kerry Challenger. The
So
one common
tough.
denominator, and every time you keep talking about everybody's experience, is like we do well, which is like that's like not
Diversity.
It's not
and-
pressure, but it's just like, hey, the better we do, like the more faces are going to draw to the sport.
It's just a fact, man.
Like,
It's just a fact.
and it's like that's why the women's game is like so flooded with like, bro, I was never on the grounds when Serena was playing her last matches, but you know how they would broadcast in front of the fountains?
Oh
Bro,
my God,
it looked
dude.
like
Serena was-
Bro, it was some sisters there that looked like they ain't never picked up a tennis racket, but they just Serena diehards. They out there with goat shirts. They out there like, Serena, I'm your best fan. Da, 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 da.
Serena got a real fan.
No, she is like, but
no,
it makes sense. It's like the one thing that does,
She's not a tennis player.
The one thing that
Serena's not a tennis player.
she established the bar so high, like so high that it's like if you like we play tennis, right? Serena's won 23 Grand Slams. There's people who say they started watching tennis because of Serena. They're like, oh yeah, like then they ask you, oh, what do you like for me? Oh yeah, I'm going to go play Wimbledon. Oh, that's cool. Da, 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 da. It's just like kind of downplayed. Like, oh, you played Wimbledon. Serena won like 7 of them. You know, so like, so like, are you gonna be playing the second week of it? I hope. You know, like it's like I feel like I can. Nobody's gonna ever measure up to Serena, but it's like I tell people I play tennis, and it's like you don't really realize. One of my best friends texted me while I was waiting on y'all, and she was like, "Chris, I didn't realize that you were 75 in the world." I was like, "Yeah, Quinn, like I'm decent." She goes, "No, but there's a lot of people in the world that play tennis, and you're 75." I was like, "Yeah, like she goes." That's crazy to me. It's like you don't have the same respect for it because Serena was at the one for so long and she was winning every single Grand Slam, crip walking on Wimbledon Center Court, and it's like, how come you ain't doing that stuff? Like, I lost second round qualies. I'm still decent. Like, I'm still decent. Like, you look at everybody in the world that play tennis, like, I was 120. Like, you know, I'm decent, but it's like, oh, Serena did was unbelievable. What Venus did was unbelievable.
But also I feel like we're in such a good time. We're in such a good time right now to like do something special. Can you imagine being Berdych, being Gael, being Tsonga? Like, ain't no way I'm trying to play Fed at 30, at 25 years old. Ain't no what? Crazy. I play Rafa when he's 35. I ain't gonna play Rafa at 25.